Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out tonight's stream with the AMX 5100 here. Hopefully everyone's having a very nice day. Like usual, if you guys have any tank requests, feel free to request any tanks. I'm going to be mixing in, I always plan on doing this, but I'm going to be mixing in, a few grinds into this stream here, and I'm going to try to be picking a couple other tanks as well, but still taking tank requests like usual. Nice to see some of you guys are here already. Randall was very kind enough to purchase, it's called Hippie Tanker, in the chat bot. So, dressed up like a hippie tanker today. I tried to, honestly, incorporate, I have a couple helmets. One of them's behind me on the shelf. You can kind of see it. I had to move it out of the way though. It's just a little bit too hot with this though, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else to incorporate them into the stream. Nice to know that the YouTube notification's actually working. Say, mine are still hit or miss as far as if I get them or not. But oh lord, I've got no help at all here. This is a little terrifying. This is still the best spot for me to be, because if they push, will still be able to kind of help protect me if they just push straight through the warehouse, but this is definitely not ideal. We'll see how they push here. It's just they do have a fair amount of people. Oh, don't do that. Oh. Okay, never mind. Do that. I'm actually going to let him go a little bit further. Come on. The accuracy on this is sometimes lacking a little bit. It's an IS now. I'm still going to take one more shot. It makes sense for me too. Fortunately now though, it's just... Oh, if that Scorpion G pushed in. Nice to see everybody though. But yeah, if you have any tank requests, feel free to put them in. It does take me a minute to be able to put them up on the screen, but come on, reload time, you can do it. Usually they have been filling up fairly quickly each stream now. Oh lord, there's a T-30. They should be able to get this IS. This T-30 though, where is he heading? I think he is going to... Okay, he's heading that way. And it's actually somewhat... Oh, no, not good. No, not good at all. I'm a goner. Unless for whatever reason he does not have the big gun. He's definitely got the big gun. Oh! I'm so freaking lucky. Nope, not lucky. There we go. It's like, not lucky now, didn't kill him. I got a little bit of a high or a low roll from him, so he didn't knock me out. That was definitely lucky on my part, but regardless, we're up by 6, so thanks for the ultimate challenge. Which, nice to see, everybody that popped in the beginning here. Keep in mind, using the request command, it is case sensitive. Everything has to be lowercase. I do see your M26 one now. Which a little bit of news came out between last stream and this stream. Hello, Badger on Twitch and Hunter. Yeah, there's no difference in accuracy when it comes to premium rounds or not. Basically, it went from Polish tanks were supposed to be coming before Italian tanks, but currently they swapped as far as that goes. So it looks like the Italians are now coming first half of this year, Polish tanks towards the end of the year here. It was the other way around. And then also with the new auto reloading, what they're calling it, mechanic, basically you can't mix shells, so what that means. Say if you have like 2 AP shells and you press 2 to swap over to premium, it will it'll reload the whole thing instead. So basically you can't mix different shells in the new Italian tanks coming up. Which I kind of thought it would be like that as far as gameplay design. But yeah, I actually had the best match I've had in this. Not that I've played like 4 battles in it. But top 2 damage. Did get a little bit lucky against the T-30, but all in all, a fairly good match. Making sure I didn't miss any tank requests here. But as far as you know, if you guys are wondering what exactly this is again, it's called Hippie Tanker. It's in my chatbot shop, so you can use stream currency to be able to buy some different things, and this is one of them. I was going to just it's a real helmet. It's heavy as all hell. I was gonna wear this. I have a different headset to be able to fit under him, but it was a pinch too hot. So I decided to go against that. But thanks again, Randall, for that. I'm just catching up here on adding the initial challenges here. We have an ultimate challenge. Thanks for tipping Levi, Victor. Hello, Pesmed. Thank you very much, Colt. Let's get to the honey badger. I'm in the wrong tier here. It actually feels weird right now not having that on my head. I had it on for like 10 minutes, then it started getting too hot, and I had to take it off, and now it feels, you know, really light. Alright, Levi. Hey, little buddy. I know you've been waiting for this. Honestly, the new mechanic, the auto reloading, I think it'll be pretty neat. It's not going to be like a dramatic change. I personally think that it should come to more than just Italian tanks. That's what I kind of hope they go with. You know, basically maybe add it for the Italians, and then after that, there are other nations that have, you know, basically similar mechanisms that they could use, you know, the higher tier tanks. But, you know, who knows if they're going to do that. They might just lock it behind just the Italians, but I don't think it's going to be an easy mechanic to actually pull off. But for someone like me that actually I really dislike autoloaders that have like a huge clip because they bring a lot of downsides to them, they're great for like competitive play and stuff, but you know, when you're playing just like solo and public battles, it can be a little bit limiting when you have like a really long reload if you don't, say, finish off something in time. Where, you know, the new Italian auto reloading stuff, that definitely interests me for that. Say the shades, they actually don't bother me much. Like you can kind of see they're really reflective, but you know, they actually probably, unless they fog up here, they don't really bother me at all. The only thing that ends up is I haven't worn glasses since I used to have them when I was like 12 or so. I had them for several years, and not wearing sunglasses a lot either kind of starts to hurt my nose after a while, but nah, I've definitely seen that, Carl. I've not watched all of it, but I have seen that YouTube video before. They decided to head up here. 'Cause, you know, 3 people pushing the hill, it's not a lot. Even though this isn't exactly the fastest tank, I should be able to help them still. We're coming, you know. You don't need to ping us, dude. It is a little concerning that we don't have anybody here, but you know, me being in a tank with armor, I'm not gonna camp, because the only way I'm gonna get shots there is if these guys are backpedaling because they're losing, and I can start getting shots along the edges. I don't think anyone from the enemy team's gonna exactly push in this center area. which it looks like, you know, as far as right now the test server, it's still technically in testing, but it is going to be coming down. I think at some point early this week, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully it's not down already. I wanted to get a couple more screenshots from it, but it doesn't look like there's going to be many changes between what we see on the test server now and what we'll see on a live server. Any tweaks will be very minimal. I do need to whip up. I actually have a lot to do this week. I do need to whip up a couple weak spot guides specifically for the new Object 268 version 4. That thing is going to be a tough nut to crack for pretty much anything lower tier than it. If you're in the tier 8, just turn around or throw HE. It's almost pointless because the cupola is the only spot you can actually penetrate on it. Unless you're in a tier 10 tank. Specifically like a tier 10 TD. This guy's like, crap, there's a badger. Say Artie is going to be the bane of my existence or my best friend. If their Artie does not hit me, I am pretty confident that I can almost solo this entire side here. If this E4 isn't here like chucking heat rounds, yeah, it's pretty much game over for them. Scorpion G's got the most pen out of them. As far as, let's get the T44 out now. Crap. I still, crap, he got behind. Surprised this T10, I gave him a shot. I don't know why this T10 is deciding to push right now, but I gave their T10 a pretty clear shot on me, and he did not take it. And it was a pretty huge gaffe on his part. There's a T57 a heavy over here. Do I actually want to aim at him? I don't know. He did hit me in the ammo rack. That's but a little bit of a alt to my push here. Yeah, there's a T49 there. They should be able to pick him up. Like the Yag Tiger, I don't know if he's actually spotting, but at this point, a T49, even if he kills our Artie, we killed so many of their tanks, they're not going to be able to come back. Not as much damage as I could have got there, but you know, being top tier here, only 3 tier 10s. The Badger, it's pretty much just drive forward. Ah, crap. Don't get flanked. Win. If they're already like kept hitting me, that was the only thing that was going to keep me from pushing on them as aggressively as I wanted to. But he only got one shot on me. Alright, it's T57. I'm guessing he's going to be on the left here. Oh god, you're diving on him. That was not a good choice. Oh, whew, I pulled a shot. That's what I get for rushing. If he can't hit my lower plate, I'll be... Okay. Is he out of rounds? I think he's out of rounds. Say, if he can't hit my lower plate, I'm perfectly safe here. Holy, okay. I did pull back there for a second. I guess that's when he fired, but yeah. As far as like the Italian tier 8 premium, that's, you know, there's a ton of different stats out about it. Pesman, no. Basically, I have a chatbot on Twitch now. However, the only thing I have it set up for, it only tracks view time, just for in the future if I do use a chatbot that works across both. But, you know, right now on Twitch, I don't have a chatbot that has any commands. It's only on YouTube. I haven't seen any, honestly, chatbots that work on both that do exactly what I want to, with the currency plus being able to purchase things and whatnot. But anyway, most amount of damage, you know, I thought I was going to get beat out, but the RD just a little bit behind me, and the IS-7. Pretty good, you know, pretty good match there. Pretty easy though, but the Badger, you know, it's a pretty good tank. Or not pretty good. It's a little bit better than good. All right, so T20 here, and then I'm gonna pop into another one of my picks here. Hello, Leonard. Nice to see you. But, you know, anything like literally the new French, or not French, Italian, completely different nation, premium tank that we see kind of leaked like stats and stuff, I really don't even look at the values for it at all, because this early in super tests, everything changes between now and when things actually start to become a little bit more clear. That's funny, Randall. I hope this is a little bit groovy enough for you. Hello, Cut, Jackie. Okay, as far as between the two streams, the only thing that comes close to being what I could use, because right now, you know, Fussbot, honestly, even though it's on YouTube gaming only and not on Twitch, honestly, it has the most amount of features I've seen in a chatbot that, you know, actually functions. Because I've tried a lot of them. The only one that comes close is Streamlabs. They have a chatbot now. However, they say it works for YouTube and Twitch. You can do it at the same time. The YouTube part's broken, so that's what I'm currently using for Twitch right now, but I have it set up just to only kind of track view time. I don't have any commands or anything set up for it. Alright, so we have nobody heading this way. They have at least one other tank, because something else was shooting us other than Type 64. I'm honestly not going to push. I am going to start moving back, because it does not make sense to keep pushing. Yeah, I'm not top tier. They have LTTB, Object 416. And they actually have a lot of people in the center too. You know, this makes complete sense, team. It's all pile into the very northern part of the map. Like, it could work, but right now it's not looking so great, especially because you can get capped out very easily on this base. I'm actually gonna destroy a couple of the buildings here. But it doesn't even make sense for me to basically cap, or not cap, spot, excuse me. Because none of these guys are actually set up to be able to help shoot back here. They're still continually pushing to where there are no enemies. This M40, he didn't move fast enough, or far enough, both. But it's not exactly his fault. Try and help my SPGs, because they'll be nice if we need to reset. But eventually this Object 416 is going to catch back up. And if it's just me and a Pershing, it'll be tough if we push out here. Our team is winning now, to where this isn't like a very bad scenario. Crap. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I was getting a little bit greedy trying to hit people in the center. Got him now. Hello, Grigsby. Nice to see you. Crap. I bounced. Pershing, don't let an LTTB kill you, dude. Not that I'm helping you too much, but and I missed him again. It's like he should have. I'm trying to help you. Could have been able to get him. Missed him again. This is not exactly easy to shoot. Like, I see where he's gonna be heading, but it's another bounce. There we go. I just didn't really get how the Super Pershing, or not Super Pershing, the regular Pershing, wasn't able to actually hit him. in all that time. Very nice. Thank God though, I don't know where their 416 went. I think he's just camping back there. He never actually... He still isn't seen. Like, I'll gladly let us cap out here. It's just, their 416, we saw him right in the beginning. Didn't see him after that. He was literally just sitting back where we kind of spotted him trying to snipe at like where I was at in a Pershing. You don't do that in a tank like that. He was top tier. He has a little bit of armor going for him. Yeah, I would say if he had pushed, he probably could have killed us alongside the LTTB. Especially because I kept missing a few shots or bouncing and stuff. Hello Andrew and Josh, nice to see you guys. But top 3 damage definitely was smart on my part, seeing that we didn't have a lot of people down in the south. I usually do that a lot. I don't notice it and I end up dying. It was smart to run back. But yeah, this guy shot 13, only hit 3 of them. That was a mistake on his part. But more or less, like this, what is it? The Krupp Strayer Waffle Trogger. He did kind of the same thing. However, you know, he was kind of playing the tank the way he should have. But overall, good amount of damage and assist damage as well. So I'm going to pick one more tank here, then I'll get to your ultimate challenge that I see there. Why don't I play the other one of the other tanks I'm grinding here. So I'll get to the GG bought an ultimate challenge. I'll get to that right up after this. It's just a reminder tonight. It'll be in about an hour to where I'll do the vote for Tuesday's game. The picks are gonna be, let's see what I have. I've got Dreadnought, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, World of Warplanes, World of Warships, and Overwatch for this week. I took Destiny 2 off just because, like, I pop into it now and then just to blow things apart. It's fun for that. The game, they're having some trouble with it. I'm surprised it's not getting as much media attention as some other games where there's not necessarily pure loot boxes in the game, but they've definitely done a very crappy job at implementing their, they call it Eververse, you know, for basically like paid content. It's mostly cosmetic, but they removed a lot of what people play Destiny for, to kind of have cool looking things and grinding out to get them. They lock that basically behind loot boxes in a way. And they haven't really done a good job at addressing it, so the game's fun, you know, it plays awesome, but unfortunately there's not too much to do. Like, I can keep getting my light level up, or power level, I forget what it's called, but that's pretty much it at this point. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. It was a little bit more conservative than usual, but in that sense, in that map, it definitely made sense for me to kind of dial it back a little bit and play it, because the D20, you know, it doesn't have much armor going for it. So he actually, as I say, I don't want to push too hard here, but we have a lot of people over here to where I don't think it's going to be like a normal, oh lord, this is actually going to really hurt if that Scorpion G actually shot me. And there's an SU-152. I don't think it's going to be a normal flank over here to where I can kind of camp. I might actually get one shot at here if I'm not careful enough. I'm just going to hit him because now he's one-shottable. I almost have 1,000 damage. Really all you got to get is 2-3 shots in this thing to have a decent match. I can hit this Scorpion G though, hopefully, if he comes back to where he just was. I'm just afraid this 152 might pop up and get me. Oh, thanks so much, FCM50T. I know, I was clearly getting in your way in a wide open forest. Alright, I guess maybe that's not going to work like I thought it was. They're capping us out, and for some reason they're pushing in the STG. I actually could have just got a shot on him right now. Just how is he still alive? Okay. I just really hope we don't get capped out, because it didn't look like we were gonna let them get there, but they've gotten off the cap, so that helps us out a bit. Alright, off to the races to get over to help this side. Even though I can get a hit on him if he stays there. Never mind. He moved back just enough. I'm a little bit afraid for the other flank to where they can just kind of blow through us there. I'm gonna wait for him to turn. Awesome. Tanks like this that you can't move your gun left or right a lot, you definitely need to set your shots up. Now is this T-20 getting behind us here? Oh, I can't aim my gun up. No. FCM. Why? I just missed that guy too. Crap. Okay. We really need to... It's all fine and dandy. We're getting our time wasted here. I should have just went to the base, given my speed. Come on, we need to push it. There's only 30 seconds left. I don't think I can shoot through here, but yeah, try my damnedest. I might have another shot, say on the oh-ho, but it's only 18 seconds left, and yeah. Had I went earlier, I would have been there. Like right now, I can't even aim at the oh-ho because, you know, we need to reset the cap. It's a shame. I should have pinged it earlier. No, I have no shot. I hate losing matches like this, especially because we're up, but bravo for them for winning it, but it shouldn't have come down to that. I kind of blame myself for not pushing earlier, but it shouldn't have been on me to have to rush across there to reset a cap. Oh well. I got top 3 damage, but it's annoying losing like that, but definitely deserved it. I should have tried to push over sooner. Total War Arena, it's just still in closed alpha to where it doesn't make sense to sit in the queue. I could play PvE matches, but yeah, until it gets into closed beta, I won't be streaming it. Alright, so let me get this ultimate challenge started here. No. So I'm gonna have to play Tier 10 Heavy Tank. I've been getting a lot of that. Last one was what, a Tier 10 Tank Destroyer? Seems to like Tier 10 Heavies. But here goes nothing. It's thanks, thought I heard, oh. It was a tip. Thank you, Labobo, for the tip. I thought someone else just bought something in the chatbot shop. Alright, so I have a Tier 10 Heavy to pick from. I think the last one I went with T10E5. Why don't I go? Or I almost feel like I went with the WZ. I'll go with an IS4. I don't think I've done an IS4 in a while. So I've got to go to 2.5 times the HP total of the IS4, so 2500. Got to get to 6,250, so this will be a doozy, given the amount of Tier 10 TDs that people have been playing recently. Hello, Python and Jeffrey, though. But yeah, I was trying my best on that last battle to take out some tanks. If I had hit the T20, maybe it would have freed up a tank a couple seconds sooner, but it's just, I was trying my best to help, like especially with the Panther hanging back there, but our team was just too distracted. But I was trying to slowly make my way to the middle, getting tongue-tied, to where it's frustrating. I really hate losing by getting capped out, so. Streamlabs fought you? That's no good. Like, yeah, hopefully there's nothing going on. I really like Streamlabs, so I hope, you know, they don't run into any hiccups in the future. But you know, feel free as far as you know, tank requests. If anybody else has some, you know, usually it fills up in the first half hour, but if I get 3 requests and, you know, and there's not a ton of them, you know, kind of lined up, you can request, you know, another one if you'd like. I'm gonna be mixing in a few other. Hello, Agamora. But yeah, I'm gonna be mixing in. I'm gonna get, after this I'll probably do the AMX M445, the bat chat, then I'll pop into like another grind or two. But I'm hoping this week I'll be able to do at least a weak spot guide on maybe the 2 other tier 10s. Not the, probably not the medium that's coming out, but the Object 705A, Object 268 version 4. And I'm looking to kind of add up on my which tank line is right for you, the new changes to the Russian tanks. But the other day I kind of went through and updated a few other like weak spot guides, trying to get, you know, kind of the ones that really need updating done. Because starting next week I'm not back to like a ton of work in the restaurant. I'm watching someone's dog next week. You'll see her name's Lily. She'll be here in the background pretty much every stream starting next weekend. She's nice though. She'll probably enjoy some biscuits. She's a little chubby. Right, they didn't push anyone in the center, but that doesn't exactly mean that nobody's there. Yep, the Object 140's there. Oopsie daisy, I don't want to get stuck stationary out here. Yep, I'm losing a lot of HP here. I thought I was out of firing range there, but nope. There goes half my HP. I bounced a couple, but you know, it's kind of hard to bounce off your butt. But I would have thought I went a little bit closer than I should have. It's just, well, I don't know why they pushed the valley. It's encounter, but with him. Oh lord, our 183 just drowned himself. It's not on purpose, but holy hell, he drowned himself. I thought with the tanks we had in the center that they would have been able to push, since they didn't push anyone right away, but every single one of them froze and played it safe. Yeah, that 183, he didn't mean to do that. But I've done that a couple times. Problem with the IS-4 is if you're not angled right, this thing takes a lot of damage very quickly. I'm kind of hoping like nobody's pushing the center. Like we had a chance to be able to push the center there, and nobody took it. Okay, at least I'm somewhat angled, but yeah, as I say, it's not gonna save me in the long run here. He hit me on the weak spot basically in the corner for one shot, but he missed the other 3 fortunately. I'm gonna keep with heat here only because with the lack of HP, I'm not gonna want to pop out for very long here. Hello Sam and Franco and Poser. I'm really hesitant to push up here too far because we don't have eyes in the center too much. That really scares me. kind of a waste of a heat shell there. I would have penned him with AP. Alright, so this TVP is in the center. I really hope that this is not a mistake because he can clip me. And he's not one-shottable right now. Just right now, it doesn't look like they have any other tanks that could pop up in front of me. Because they do have tanks over here. The Sheridan wasn't really pushing the center, but luckily he got a couple spots for us here. I will help him out. I guess hit the M48 once. Not good for me though. If he has heat, he's going to be able to cut right through me with heat. But I kind of knew about it sitting here. Even the AMX 13105, if he uses premium, I'll be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he knows not to push back here, unfortunately for me. Luckily our team is up, so I'm not gonna take a risk here unless I need to. Yeah, I might end up losing. Ooh, God. I might end up losing the challenge. 13105 just darted through. I might actually die here. Yep, M48 got me. So, congrats GG on winning. I was getting closer than I thought there after I screwed up in the beginning, but unfortunately premium rounds, and not that I got hyped by tier 10 TDs, but premium rounds, specifically heat, just kills this tank. But I got myself, I should have pulled back here and got myself back when I had the chance. But congrats on winning that. I really need to remind myself to pick, honestly, I should pick tanks that are immune to, I would say I have a Pershing up there already if that works for you, Rigsby, but I'll leave another one up. Yeah, I get myself in trouble when I pick tanks that can't block cold rounds. Hello, Dana. Nice to see you. Which, thank you very much for the subscription, Kagamora. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, we won, but as far as the challenge goes, I did drop a little short from that. I had to get to 6,250, I think. So I was in the mid 4,000s there. Or not 600, whatever. You know what I mean. Alright, so AMX M445 here. I get myself into trouble though. I was leaning towards picking, say, like, what was it, as far as like a heavy, like, I like playing like the E5, IS7, because you can do a lot of different things with those and still bounce shots. IS4, it's a good side scraper still, but with heat rounds as prevalent as they are at tier 10, basically if people were shooting heat, because APCR still bounces fairly well off of it if you're angled right. Heat though will definitely give you some issues like it did for me there. Hello Latif, nice to see you. Change it to the Indian Panther? Sure thing. Thank you very much Dana for the tip. Say, it's kind of, mentioning the shades earlier, it's kind of hard to see the Streamlabs page I have set up because it's all white. Most of the other screens I have on my second screen here, except for Fuzzbot, but that the text is a little bit bigger on that. They're all like gray and black. But congrats on winning again, GG. If I didn't fiddle around with my helmet so much before, even though, yeah, I didn't end up wearing it during the stream today, I was going to finally get up. I have more things to put up for people that won challenges. Right. Unfortunately, this tank, the accuracy, it needs to be fixed. This tank is a little bit too weak for its tier. Coming like from the ARL 44, it has a really long aim time. Actually, the same aim time I believe is what's on this. You know, it's almost 3 seconds long for both the 90 and the 105. It's fine on the tank before this, but moving into this tank, it should not have a atrocious aim time like it does. It also, you know, the armor's not too great, but at least the HP is workable. Where it could receive other buffs, but honestly, if they did fix the aiming time... Alright, the Super Pershings went elsewhere. I hope I'm not too late to get across here. I might be. Just gonna angle a little bit. That way I might get like a lucky bounce. But, I forget what I was gonna say. Basically, I like this tank so far, but I did just finish the grind a few days ago on it. But it is kind of held back by accuracy problems, where it doesn't really gain too much compared to other tanks of its tier, but it definitely sacrifices aiming time. Yeah, I got him to bait one shot. That was kind of stupid on my part. IS-3, yeah, that didn't work. I'm just going to make sure that we take this IS-3 out. Currently there's a T-20 back there. Hoping that's all that's there, but now at the very least, make sure that he dies sooner. There we go. I don't know why they are trying to push around that corner. Hold him there, and we'll be able to get through. I don't know what this FE4202 is complaining about. Luckily, he hit my track. I was kind of hoping he'd rock into my shot a little bit better. But this aiming time is just, Come on. I've got 3-4 tanks on my left here that can move up. There we go. Definitely don't want to be the first around the corner here, but they had tracked him. I didn't get him out though. Okay, you can go for it, Tiger P. Oh, I thought the IS-2 was aiming our way. Oh well. Still got 1600 damage here. That aiming time just didn't help me on that last shot there. Hello, Virtual. Nice to see you. Pretty sure I think I saw your message earlier. Ghost Tools, I remember you. Hello, Mojo. Nice to see you. And Panda. I'm doing pretty well. Hope all is well on everyone else's end here. I don't even know if it's worth the stop to try to aim in here. Guess I'm just getting myself a very large target peanut on my back. If I'd stopped where I initially was, but at least now one TD can't hit me. We definitely got this here. Unless something really, really bad goes wrong. Say their arty should be A6-ish, I believe. Maybe A7. I think they'll be able to get the E25. Alright, so still haven't seen their arty. I think I might regret being the first one out here, but maybe I'll get a lot of assist damage. But I'm trying to, at least. But this FCM, he's gonna outspot me at this point. Found her already. Awesome. Didn't spot their super Pershing though. Don't have a shot on him either. I think the best shot I'll be able to get is if I climb up, but he should be dead before I am capable of actually hitting him. Okay, this is... He's dead. Alright, not a bad match though, 2600 damage. Can't complain about that. I missed a couple shots, but not the end of the world. Well, yeah, hopefully the weekend as a whole was good for everybody. Got a Master Badge First Class, Confederate Award. Top 2 damage, top 2 assist, or not assist, experience as well. Not a bad one. Thanks for requesting that one there. Gonna add that to the shop. And next up I'm gonna be playing the Bat Chat. Which I'm most likely going to figure it out tomorrow. So the other day, or I think at this point 2 streams ago, I think it was Thursdays, I gave away a key for Stellaris. I had an extra key for. I might have another key coming up at some point this week for a free game. I'll probably figure that out at some point tomorrow. It'll be another Paradox Entertainment developed game. I just need to weed through and figure out which ones I want first. I bought one of the, you know, there's a Humble Bundle. I think it's still going on. I think it ends, it might end like tonight or something, or hopefully it's not ended already. But if you like games like Stellaris, there's like Crusader Kings, basically like strategy games. There's some really good ones up there. And last I checked, you can get them for 12 bucks for all of them. But I'll run a raffle after this battle here. I'm probably going to get yelled at for not hitting there, but I don't want to push there. I'm not going to push somewhere to where, even though technically I should be up here, yeah, I'm not confident actually playing there. Granted, I'm not really confident heading here either, because we don't have anybody that's going to be heading to this area. I really hope they win up there, but it could go either way. Fortunately, we don't have any eyes far enough for the 9-0 line, because I'd rather help them from the town. I like putting myself on this map to where if they start pushing through here, I can kind of pounce and take out a couple tanks. If I see somebody kind of alone, kind of like how I am, I'll try to take them out. But currently though, it's kind of an unknown. I'm going to see what this T-32 spots, because right now it doesn't look like the enemy put anybody in the town as well, at least in that area. The T-10 looks like he might jump over. Never mind. I've got a PZ-58 I can shoot over here potentially. Nope, there's a T-54 Mod 1. Crap, I missed my second shot. He's behind cover now. Sad face. No, don't die. Hey, this is not going well for our team over here in the least bit. Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna find, but I've got to do something because they're losing a lot of tanks over here. I could get popped here. Out of a Scorpion G, that's not good. Alright, I'm actually going to reload. I see that T10, I can't kill him with the shots I had. Thank God for missing. I could have killed him now, but... we're only down by one. I'm still just waiting for my reload here. They kind of pushed, they left this T10 alone. He's a goner. Right now this T30 can't hit me. Hoping I can potentially get... that T49 really hurt. That hit me for what? 891 damage. I was not expecting that amount. That's not good. I was not expecting that big hit from the T49, but I probably should have, and he actually just finished me off. Kudos to that guy. I did just push right into his shot though, but unfortunately I didn't actually want to I didn't want to push here. I was content with just freeing up the T54 mod 1, but I was actually going to potentially kill this Scorpion G, and then these guys, it would be much easier to push this area, but unfortunately our kind of hill area never, didn't hold out long enough. But I'm not exactly the best bat chat player, so let's start a raffle here. 800 Levi biscuits for the winner. Hello, Fabio. Nice to see you. We got in the... I've played a couple tanks. Let me play the TVP here. I'll get up to the Pershing after this battle here. But yeah, I probably should have played that a little bit differently, but the problem with the Batchat 25T that I like playing it a little bit more when I'm not expected to say, I hate to say carry my weight, but hey, Fire Dog's on the other team. Actually, I think I platooned last stream with him. I forget, maybe 2 streams ago. But I don't like matches to where, say there's only like 3 tier 10s on your team or something, and you're one of them. I don't like that. Not just the Batchat 25T, but just a medium tank or light tank in general. Because, you're taking a tank out to where you can't exactly like tank damage or something like that. Because I tend to make mistakes a lot of the times to where, unfortunately, if you're doing that and you're one of the few top tiers, you're gonna be hurting your team a lot more than usual. I should have stayed to take a quick shot in the beginning. I'm hoping though... yeah, I could have hit him, maybe. If he... a little bit too far out here. I can guess pretty well that somebody might be there. I actually don't want to fight in the north right now. I'm going to tank a lot of armor, or not a lot of armor. Basically a very big size with no armor. And I'm going to shy south, because right now I'm not going to be able to push across the center or the north. So I'll try to help out this area down here as much as I can, but Paris, I do like it, but at times when you are in a tank with no armor or bottom tier, you're very heavily reliant upon your team to make moves for you. Thank you, Cobra, for the follow. Yeah, T-54, chance of me penning him isn't excellent, but this Lorraine 40T might benefit helping me here. He's aiming that way. God, there's more than just a T-54 coming our way. No good. Oh, yeah, pick on the poor TVP. Yeah, that's what you get. Okay, I have the large 105 gun on this at the very least, so I can at least hit this guy pretty hard each shot. I have liked it since I swapped to the top turret and the top gun as far as caliber goes. I took a chance there in that Conway. He got me. Say he didn't hit me the first time I kind of popped out there, so I took a chance to kind of pop out there again, and obviously he was ready to hit me there. It's not going to change how I play though, given that I still don't have any, you know, really move or room to make a big move here, given the tier and lack of armor. But I'm just waiting until I see something else kind of open up for my team. Preferably, I hope I don't get spotted here. I am definitely hanging a little bit on the edge. The Conway hit me from there, so I might be able to get like a little cheapie on him. Hopefully you're liking the M103, John. I know you said you're having a hard time with it. I don't know if you got one of the upgraded guns on it yet. If I get a different view here. I don't want to wait too long. Oop, you guys really should keep in mind that there's going to be a guy there, most likely. Yep, there he is. I didn't actually hit him. I'm actually really afraid that they're gonna he's gonna overshoot. I'm actually surprised I didn't hit him with the last one. Right now, yep. Crowded shot, no chance to hit him. That's a shame. I could have gotten another hit on him. At least they killed him though. Congrats Floyd on winning the raffle. Hello Knox, nice to see you. T-34 looks like he's set up in a way I can't pen him. I should be able to reload before him though, so I'll gladly knock him with HE. Dead now, awesome, got him tracked too. My opinion, Yazori, about the 121 being irrelevant compared to the new 420, or the object 430U. You know, it also kind of, you know, it also hurts the 113 as well. I feel like both of those tanks, you know, they need a little bit more for them. Like, I like the Chinese mediums and also the top tier heavy, but, you know, they have been in a place to where, like, the 113, they buff the gun depression on the side. The 430U is basically gonna replace the 113. Like, the 121 wasn't used much, you know, when it comes to like competitive stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, it is power creep, no way around it. I do think out of the new tier 10s that they are adding in, the Object 430U probably is one of the more balanced ones. However, you know, compared to say the two Chinese ones, or not ones, but two Chinese, the top medium and top heavy, you know, not the WZ-111-5A. The 121, basically, if they're not going to give it more gun depression, they need to, you know, definitely give it something else, whether it's like more DPM or something, because, you know, it no longer has that kind of alpha advantage over other mediums. A 113, I could see, you know, potentially maybe giving it a little bit more accuracy, not too much, only because the Object 430U is pretty inaccurate, and I feel like, you know, balancing them that way could help them out without just, say, slapping extra gun depression on the 121 and, you know, buffing the 113, say DPM or something wise. But not a great match here, but And at the very least, we gotta win. I didn't actually see that he shot me with a gold round, but yeah. Yeah, that was, I knew he was in the match, but I completely forgot he was the 50B there. So let me get to the M26 Pershing up next. But basically, you know, 9.22, the new tanks coming out, I think as far as the Object 430 and the 430U changes, I think they're done the best. They're still, you know, they're still going to be considered like power creep. Like they are definitely better than some older tier 10 tanks. Thank you, Nox. Hello, Liam. You know, they are a little bit too good, as far as what most people are going to say, and you know, I agree with it too. However, you know, I do think they are the most balanced, and they are balanced compared to, say, like the other new tier 10s they're adding in. Like, I think the 705A will be better, even the tier 9 705. Honestly, the Object 268 version 4, it has its flaws, but that tank's going to be ridiculous. Object 257, like stuff like that, to where it kind of pales in comparison to that. And even when, you know, they're buffing the T44 as well. The T44 didn't need buffs, in my opinion. But I think it's more of a problem when you compare the Object 430U to, say, the 121, 113, and a couple other tier 10 mediums. It's more of a fact of those tanks are a little bit too weak with how Wargaming's been balancing tanks at high tiers recently, more than, say, the Object 430U. Where, you know, they should, when they implement like new tanks like this, that kind of, you know, displace older tier 10s or older tanks in general out of their roles, and they're a little bit better at them than those tanks, they should either, you know, definitely nerf the new tanks to where they're not going to replace old ones, or at the very least, I think what would be more likely for Wargaming to do, because they do want people to get new tanks and give them an incentive to get them, you know, basically power creep stuff, so people want the new stuff and spend money, is basically, say in this case with the 430U, just buff the 121, buff maybe even the 113, but specifically the 121, buff them up. That way people aren't complaining that own that tank, that basically it's getting replaced for, you know, the patch of the month, or tank of the patch flavor or whatever. I don't know. I was gonna say flavor of the month, and then I tried to be crafty there, and it blew up in my face. But you know, I think that would be the better option of the two. Basically, if you're putting new tanks in the game, buff one or two of the older tanks that they're compared to. That way the game, you know, is a little bit more balanced overall. Yeah, the E50M, you know, I still think it's fun playing the E50M, but yes, you know, it used to, you know, kind of be considered, you know, it had the most armor out of tier 10 mediums. Not that the armor was ever that good, honestly, because the turret front's weak. And, you know, it's the best rammer. Not that that comes into play out in, you know, 90% of your matches. But, you know, basically some older tanks do need to be buffed instead of just focusing on new stuff. And honestly, you know, when it does come to new content, outside of like the massive amount of armor they're adding in, specifically in my 9.22, but recently in general, you know, tanks, even though they are better than older tanks, you know, in a percentage scale, you know, they're about 5% better. Like, it feels like, to where it's a little bit less significant than it seems, but it's still power creep, to where if you, every patch you have these tanks coming out and it keeps adding, say, tanks that are slightly better than the last ones. Once you get like a year into like patches, so say 4 or 5 patches in a year, as far as major ones into it, then you start seeing huge gaps like this. Like comparing the Super Conqueror even to something like a T110E5, it's a pretty big difference between them. the Badger compared to, say, some other tier 10 TDs. There's a big difference between new and old tanks, and hopefully this year, they kind of, oh god, he spotted over there. Hopefully they address that, but yeah, I don't know what it's going to take to actually make them address it unless, oh lord. Let's say I have a very strong feeling that he's going to kill me, but yeah, I even missed him, so I did not help my case there. He's gunning for me here. I didn't kill him with a ram, but at least I think he fired or something. I don't know how I survived that. I should have died. Thank you for the follow, though, Zuri. And also Cobra. Alright, we have a SPG over there. Say I'm definitely not spotted still, but he's aiming at me. I don't blame him now. Like, I was probably the last thing he was aiming at, and yeah, I would very much like to pop up here. However, there's still tanks that can hit me from over there, and also a SPG aiming my way. E25 is kind of distracting him. There's that SPG. I'm gonna see, I should be able to, lord. I say I should be able to take a shot, but no. Sorry, E25, if you die. I should have come up to help you sooner here. Yeah. Lord. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh, yep, he's still coming up here. This is gonna be bad for me. All he has to do is hit me with HE, or this SPG has to hit me with HE. I'm hoping I can get back in time here just to drop off the edge. I only got one SPG to hit him, so that's not gonna do much in the long run. So I'm just gonna bugger off here and hope that they end up pushing on the KV-4. It's just one tank over there. No, I had to buy a Woodstock t-shirt. When I got this for the stream, I had to go out and buy one here. Luckily, and even the shades, I had to find these as well. But yeah, I had to get this stuff. I am definitely not a hippie in real life. Actually, I had a pretty good match here. I'm just trying not to die stupidly. I'm probably still gonna die because this T-29, all he has to do is, basically either scrape me, if he rams me, or hit me with an HE shell. But I definitely missed a few shots on my end. You gonna take the bait? I don't know what type of gun you have. Looks like he has the 105 though. Come on, you know you want to aim at somebody else. But more or less, I just didn't want to die stupidly. But now I'll chase damage just because it makes sense to. Very nice. Got about 3 more shots of damage out of that. Ended up with low over 3,000, 1,700 assist too. Not bad at all. But the M26, the problem with it right now, it is one of the older, tier 8. Yeah, luckily that Borsig, he didn't have his shell loaded because I would have definitely died. But the M26, basically what you're going to want to do with it is, play to where you're not going to be pushing too close to tanks early on. It plays well on hills. The turret's really strong because face it towards whatever's shooting you, and try to hide your hull early on. It does lack some accuracy and overall penetration if you're not using the APCR. So if you're shooting at something with armor, you do need to carry some of them, because unlike some other tier 8 mediums, you definitely struggle a little bit with penetrating stuff with more armor. 190 millimeters of pen, whereas let's say scroll over, say something like, like go with the Panther 2, 223, Indian Panzer, 212. So you do have a good premium round on the M26, but the standard pen, you basically just want to play it hill fighter, kind of spot a little bit, play a little bit safer in the beginning, but still poke out because you can tank some shots unless it's tier 9s and 10s shooting you, specifically like tier 9s shooting gold. I hope so after the TVP. I haven't had a tough time in it so far, but I still have, I think, like 8 or 9 battles maybe in it. I still like the M26, but currently it is a tank that it's a little bit forgotten about when it comes to balancing. If they tightened up the accuracy a little bit, or just give it a little bit more base penetration, it would be a lot better. Well, the new, I see you brought up the AMX, basically the new French tier 10 heavy tank. I think that, it was definitely a balanced tank that they added in there. So I have the Object 252U coming up next here. I'm going to completely, let's just do that to help me out. Like the tier 9, I feel like when it comes to the French heavies, that's a little bit too strong, but not like completely broken. But the new tier 10 is definitely balanced. I still think it's a good tank though. Hippie alert averted. Opinions on the 257, Damien. Currently the second iteration of the test server where they nerfed its armor on the side specifically. They nerfed the upper side hull by 10 millimeters. The rear, I have a video out about it. It's one of my newer videos. Basically looking at this, so they nerfed 10 millimeters here. I forget the changes here. I think it was more drastic. It was like 30 millimeters they changed. But the 257 with 40 millimeters on the side, basically that ricochet area that people were struggling with, and rightfully so. It's different than any other tank in game. I feel like it's close to being balanced. I still think it's gonna be a pinch too good, only because it relies a little bit too heavily, I feel like, on the overmatch mechanics, to where if you're in a light tank, medium tank, or most mediums, like Chinese have slightly larger guns, or you're in, say, like an American, British heavy and stuff that have 120 millimeter guns, you still can't pen that area unless you're shooting up at it, or somehow you thread a heat shell through the space armor and the tracks. That won't bounce off. So it relies a little bit too much on the overmatch mechanics. Again, they were trying to change that, several patches ago, a little over a year, to kind of prevent just, oh, well, I have a 122 millimeter gun, I can overmatch that, whereas 120 can't. To where I think all they should do to the Object 257, because you still can't damage the hull shooting it in the track wheel, is basically nerf that 40 millimeters, whether it's the entire lower side or maybe just the bottom half of it. Just lower that down to 35 millimeters. Even 38 millimeters would work. Some people were floating around that the actual design, which I'm not popping out around that corner because there's a Grill 15, and I'm not confident that my team will actually follow me around there. The blueprint basically showed that it had 35 millimeters on the side hull. I haven't seen any numbers. I did see the drawings of it, but I didn't see any numbers next to it. But more or less, just taking it from 40 down to 38 or something, it would still go a long way. But in its current state, I think it's a little bit too strong, but it is definitely, say it went from being, I don't know, if balanced is, you know, a balanced but good tank is 100%, the first iteration of the patch, it was at like 150%, just because of the side armor. Now it's at, say, like 105 to 110%, to where it's very close to being a good tier 9 being added to the game. It's just a little bit too dependent on arbitrary numbers as far as overmatching goes for me to consider it, say, a completely balanced tank being added in. Alright, the Type 4, he is standard, that's good. I should have gotten myself over here earlier, but I thought I could have done something in the other line. Don't know why I thought that, because I'm a little bit slow when it comes to this tank, so... Oh, maybe I do have to worry about you. He inched up more and he just whacked me with AP. I'm surprised I didn't spot him with him firing from there. I actually do have to worry now because I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere like up the hill, but he can actually one-shot me now. But I gotta keep an eye too. Basically, I got myself in a pickle now, to where if this Type 4 hits me, I might die. Good, they got the T10 out. I'm gonna take a... Oh no. So I was gonna take a gamble, but this E100 needs me. You hit that shot and I missed it. Sad face. Alright, I'm gonna catch up on chat in a second here. Well, hopefully not a second because I don't want to die, but... Yep, and I'm dead. Alright, he penned me right through the front. He's not even using premium, to where I took a chance that I'm guessing he either hit me on the lower plate or potentially like a cupola or something, but I was taking a chance that I was going to be able to spot him. I don't know how I was getting outspotted by a Type 4 heavy, but it happened. You know, this doesn't have the best V range, but oh well. Kind of stinks when you're playing a tank that, you know, it is a little bit too good, the Object 252U for a tier 8 premium, but you can still screw up in it like that. Alright, Levi has a pick here. Why don't I hop into the RU-251? Slowly chipping away at that, what is it, 298,000 experience I need for the next tank. I'm at 124. Oh, I know. I grew my hair out between the last stream. Man, I should have bought a better wig too. This is some funky feeling hair here. But basically premium rounds, to answer that, Floyd, they don't give you any better accuracy or stuff. Outside of, say, whether they change damage or they change penetration. The only other things you're going to see is shell velocity, to where a lot of times, like if you have a, say, AP shell as your standard round and APCR as a premium round, APCR, you know, as far as I know, every single APCR shell in that scenario with a standard AP shell travels faster than the AP shell. But that's going to be the only other, say, difference you're going to see. Actually, a little bit surprised he's pushing here. Oh, I wanted to track him. I knew I most likely wasn't going to be able to track him, but crap. I shouldn't have done that. The RU stopped. A little bit surprised, though, that we did not get any shots, it seems like, except for my one hit on the T100. Like, we had another Centurion 1 pushing, you know, he's past me now. And we also had several people out in the field area that never hit anything. I don't know why you're sitting that far out there. It could work. It's just if they push around that corner, we're not going to be able to save him. Changing to RNG, it could be nice. I feel like if they did that, they would have to address changing a lot of things when it comes to certain tanks, how they're balanced with, say, like poor accuracy or poor on the move accuracy. But you know, as far as RNG, I think it's, you know, I probably get a lot of hate sometimes for saying this, whether or not people voice their opinions or not. But I think RNG is good in the game, only because, you know, if a shell did the exact same damage or exact same penetration every single shot, you know, it would basically take out a lot of different outcomes of matches, and the game would feel a lot of, say, the same more than it does sometimes playing the same maps or the same tanks. But I do think, you know, 25%, I could see them tightening it to maybe like 15%, to where it still gives a little bit of wiggle room, but, you know, it still provides you know, options to where it's not like you just say, oh, this guy only has 300 HP, I do 320 HP worth of damage per shot, so I know I'm going to kill him when I pen him. Whereas, you know, currently you might get a low roll, might, you know, surprise you, for better or for worse. It's definitely not a perfect system, but, you know, it has its ups and downs. World of Tank's been trying to do esports for like 5+ years now. You know, they might be pressing it a little bit harder now, but, you know, it's part of the core game to where esports, it's never gonna be a core part of World of Tanks, whether Wargaming likes it or not, and I feel like they honestly know that, but they still have, you know, a huge amount of player base and stuff that, at least over in Europe and Russia, do follow esports, I guess, but I don't think it'll ever be a core part of the game to where, at this point, the game, you know, being 10 years old, as far as I know, this year coming up, I think it's mid-year or something, you know, if they do something drastic and change the game just to cater to something that currently, you know, they've failed at getting a huge following at this point in World of Tanks' lifespan, Wargaming is not going to take something and basically ruin it just for esports. I do think, though, you know, 25% lowering to, say, like 15 would work, but I don't think they'll ever scrap it entirely, because it would definitely take a pretty big element of the game, whether you like it or not, out of the game. But I think they'd be more inclined to just take it out, say, for their competitive modes, but I don't think it'll ever be removed from the core game. I don't think it should be either. HD maps are still set for March at this point. The only change, you know, came out today that some Polish community manager, it's, you know, it's nothing confirmed. Basically, he just said instead of Polish tanks coming sooner this year than the Italians, it's swip swap now. It's Italians coming before Polish tanks. But it's all a guessing game. But part of the problem with the RNG thing is it depends on what server and which thank you, Damien, for the subscription too. It depends on what server and what, you know, section of the player base you're in. Like, I feel like for the, you know, just say general player, you know, person just starting the game, RNG, they don't fully grasp it sometimes. Say in your first, say, 1,000 battles or so, or something along those lines, to where if you're not playing at, say, a competitive level or clan wars and stuff, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's part of the game. It's frustrating, but, you know, the game's still fun and you're playing it. And also, I feel like possibly the Russian server, since that's their biggest server and player base, it's probably less of a concern over there. I don't really know, but there are different opinions on things to where like the Russian player base, honestly, matchmaking as far as the tier spread, it's less of a concern over there. From what I've heard throughout the years, they don't mind, you know, random battles being plus or minus 2. You know, it used to be plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4. So yes, you know, when it comes to esports, World of Tanks, like, I'll give Wargaming credit. They do a pretty good job at, you know, the esport tournaments and stuff that they do hold every year. However, when it comes to the grand scheme of thing, the problem they have is the game is built around 15 versus 15 matches, to where esports, what's it, 7v7, I think it might be. It might have changed because honestly I don't follow them. Yeah, excuse me here. For whatever reason, drinking coffee tonight is not making it easy for me to talk here. I would say like 99% of the people that play World of Tanks don't care about esports. To where, since it isn't 15 versus 15 and it's not feasible to have that many people on each, say, esports team, they're at a disadvantage from the get-go. To where, you know, I don't know how they would fix it, but I don't think they're going to change the core game just to cater to esports, to where Wargaming's not dumb. They know it's never going to be like as big as, say, Counter-Strike or Overwatch and stuff like that. To where even, say, taking RNG out of the game, you still have balancing concerns between different tanks, and then you have balance concerns for maps. To where the game, it's never going to be completely balanced. Love it or hate it, like, you know, it's one of those things to where it's almost impossible to completely balance World of Tanks, given the amount of tanks and different characteristics for each tank. It's not like you're just balancing, say, like a gun or you know, a smaller amount of stats for a specific thing in a game. Hello, Fix-It Man, nice to see you. Alright, now I have a LEFH on me. This is not good. I don't know why my team is camping this hard, but it's actually starting to concern me. It's got nailed by him again. Thank you very much. It's just, I am honestly very perplexed because we're getting capped out and we're not pushing this side. I already lost one match tonight by getting capped out here. I would like to not see two, but at this point, I'm going to try to push here. I just know this Artie is still going to be focusing on me. Once he found another person to start wailing on, it's just, I would like to go push after the Artie, but if they keep capping, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I'm going to run out of time. Oh, awesome. There's a Cromwell. That's not good. Alright, so I guess I picked my bed here, where the only hope I feel like I have is... Nah, I can't spot this Cromwell. The Artie's got me. Oh well. I was hoping that there wasn't going to be a tank here, but of course there's a Cromwell sitting back there. Oh well. If only I didn't have to push out in a Churchill 3. But I stupidly made that decision. Alright, so E50M request. But yeah, it's just, I thought, like, we had people on our side, why aren't we pushing the forest? Like, getting capped out, it happens a surprisingly high amount of time on this map. You know, at least we had a bishop to where a bishop can reset them, given the shell arc on it, but I just don't get why people don't push. You know, it's part of the game to where you're never going to get the perfect teamwork, but I don't get why they were not wanting to push there at all. But let me start the poll. So it's going to pop up on the overlay here. Picking Tuesday night's game that I stream. You type exclamation point and vote, press space. You're going to type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for the corresponding game. Top game on the list is going to be number 1, bottom's number 5, to where we're going to pick between Dreadnought, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Orbital Warplanes, Orbital Warships, and Overwatch. So let's get things going here. The command only works on YouTube as well, since I don't have the chatbot only works over here. So there's the poll. So you can kind of see it on the overlay here. So number 1 would be Dreadnought, number 2 Player Unknowns, 3 World of Warplanes, 4 World of Warships, 5 Overwatch. That'll be up, for about 10 minutes here, to where, even if one game's, which I have an Object 268 request, is that correct? Whoever requested the Object 268, unless I typed it wrong, I don't think I might have typed it wrong, but I actually don't have that tank. I completely forgot about that. So trying to see if I can go back to where it's actually requested, but it was Hunter. Sorry, I don't have an Object 268. Sometimes I get a little bit confused where I do have a tank request list. It's in my video description. You can even type !! tank request list and it pops up. Again, all my commands and stuff only work on YouTube. To where, like, I saw your request for the E50M on Twitch. I do take requests from Twitch as well. Just my commands don't work over there for the chatbot. But yeah, sometimes I forget the tanks I have because I'm up, well over 300 tanks now. But as far as voting for a game, even if one game's ahead and you want to see something else, when it comes down to it, sometimes games outside of World of Tanks, they're not always working, whether they're getting patched or something breaks or like it crashes or something for me, to where I do pick game number 2 sometimes. It was very close last week to where we picked World of Warplanes, and I almost had to play World of Warships because that was game number 2, but luckily got World of Warplanes to work in time. I got one tank behind me. It's just, it doesn't make sense for me to push in this thing. I should have probably went south, but then again, I don't have armor, and I probably could have helped out there, but that's awesome. Just say that we lost already. That's really good optimism there. But I can't push far in this thing because if I unload the clip here and there's still a tank, unfortunately, I'm just gonna get killed. I'm just gonna let myself reload. But there's plenty of time to vote. There's still over 6 minutes, so. I don't know. My team's pushing in the south. I don't know why they're pushing in the south. Because clearly they're outnumbered and they didn't have exactly the best tanks to push there. And yet they were still trying to push into them. They should have just backed up. They had an Udez, they have an Artie to at least help them. They'd still be at a disadvantage, but it would have been a little bit more of a fair fight. This is not ideal for me, but guy's more of a threat right now. I see the PZ-58, but I'm just hoping I can kill. Knew I couldn't kill the AMX 1375 before he scurries away. I'm just gonna get my drum reloading here, and I'm gonna head back to base because pushing any further doesn't make sense. But we're down by so much, it's not gonna matter much unless all these tanks in the south have low HP. But had I been down there, I'd be dead right now because my team was trying to push, against, there's 3-4 extra tanks down there. adding me into the mix wasn't going to change anything because I'd get a clip off and then just sit there and watch him die. But yeah, the Chivalry, he definitely helped out just sitting there for me. Yeah, I can take a shot at him. Doesn't really make too much sense tactically, but especially if he moves. Gonna take one more shot, but yeah, it's not gonna matter too much here. We're down by 6. I'm gonna try to get some shots off on people pushing here. Get it a little bit closer. Definitely help if I can get out. Be the IS-3 or IS, but there's an E-25 behind me that is going to be able to, he either has me spot it or he can actually shoot me here soon. Awesome. Comes a Yag Panther. We're making it a little bit closer. Oh lord. Yeah. To do something. It's just, I can't push out here because there's still there's a T-29 and a Meal. Yes. Nope, here comes the AT. I was trying to see if I could hit him. Nope, bounced. Not that I aimed very well there, but it's going to be screwed regardless, because unless they literally let me sit for 45 seconds and reload, yeah, it doesn't even matter. Because these two guys, I thought about pushing to kill the IS, get 2 shots on the AT-15A if I didn't bounce any, but these two guys have to be somewhere around here, so oh well. So far though, there's still 3 minutes left in the poll, so you know, if anyone hasn't voted, you know, put your votes in. Right now, Overwatch looks like it's leading by 2, I think. Sometimes it's a little bit misleading to where it looks like a game's really far ahead, but grand scheme of things, you know, even though there's 71 people watching, you know, not everyone votes. Mastery badge 3rd class though. I don't know how I got high caliber, but I guess I'll take it. It's just a shame that we lost so many tanks in the south as early as we did. Oh well. We have an Indian Panzer up next. Yeah, I guess I'm on tier 8 already. I hate dying to an E-25 too. Yeah, like some of our tanks that died early should not have had that low damage, but I make those mistakes too. It stinks when you have like 4 or 5 die early on. Especially if you're in a tank to where, say if I was in a different tier 8 heavy without that long reload time, or if I had like a little bit of turret armor, I would have pressed the north faster to try to make up for my team losing in the south a little early. Probably still wouldn't have changed it, but I at least could have played a little bit more aggressive. But yeah. I do say certain phrases in the grand scheme of things. Yes, I do say that a lot in the grand scheme of things. No one's gonna put it in too much. Yes, yeah, that's where, like, the French heavies, when it comes down to it, you know, the new line, if it wasn't for the AMX 65T, I would have picked that line first over the AMX 50B line, but I don't like the AMX 5100 because of that large magazine, because it does have drawbacks to it. Sorry, Booch, over on Twitch, my chatbot doesn't work. You still can request tanks, you know, if you want to see me play one, as long as I have it. But my chatbot only works on YouTube. until, you know, when Streamlabs fixes theirs to where it will work across both YouTube and Twitch, you know, I'll definitely implement that. However, you know, at the current point, my primary spot where I stream is YouTube gaming. Yeah, I shouldn't have pushed up. But honestly, I really like playing this flank, but with the way that the map plays out 9 times out of 10, so many people go north now, and I probably should start heading up there more. Because even if we win this flank up here, we're gonna lose up there, and it's not even gonna matter. Right, I don't have my repair kit, unfortunately, so I'm honestly gonna lose all my HP because the T-34-3. Yep, here's the STA-2. None of these guys are really helping to where I'm probably gonna get popped by ED, but come on, T-34. He keeps falling back. If you keep falling back, there's nowhere to fall back to, but oh lord, he's trying to hit me now, the ELC even. He can definitely kill me. But I'm not sure if he can fit his little tank through the crack there. Oops, he's actually able to hit me right there. Oh god. This might not. Ah, the T-25 pilot got me. It's too many tanks aiming at me to where, yeah, it stinks. Still did 1600 damage, but I probably should have went north because, you know, we weren't going to win this against this amount of people. Where I could have probably helped change the tide of the battle in the north if I went up there, but oh well. But I'll be streaming Overwatch, it looks like, Tuesday, unless for whatever reason Overwatch isn't up Tuesday night. It should be though. So that'll be a fun stream. I'll probably do what I did with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds 2. I'll bump the stream down to 720p so I can do 60 frames per second. He probably was getting angry. He was bouncing off of me. But sometimes the Indian Panzer, you know, it can give you some bounces given the angles on it. But I'll stream Overwatch, you know, at 60 frames per second, so it's a little bit smoother to watch. I keep looking, you know, with Comcast is my only internet provider. I'd like to be able to do 1080p 60 frames per second, but it would be pushing my upload speed a little bit here. But we'll see. Because right now the packages, they keep getting cheaper each month for what I need, but it's just they throttle your upload speed where I'm at to where you only have 10 megabytes a second, or megabits or megabytes, whatever. So where the next one up for that for me is their gig speed, and even that it's 50 megabytes a second. It's not even a, you know, your download is much higher at 1,000 download, but you only get 50 upload still. It's really annoying, but they're my only option. In a nutshell. Yeah, my problem is just, you know, if I lived 15 minutes north of where I do, I would have Verizon and also Comcast, where still not the best options, just having two, but Verizon I would have the same download and upload speed available to me instead of being throttled on my upload, which is the most important thing when you're streaming to have. I just wanted to peek there. I did not actually want to get hit by any one of those tanks. I could have went out to the other side of the map, but I guess missed the Primo. He's actually going to back right up for me. Thank you very much. I don't know why you wanted to do that, but I'm not complaining. You know, this side usually determines who wins. Where if our team does win the 8-0, that'll be awesome. However, you know, it still usually comes down to the massive chunk of tanks that are over on this flank. Yeah, I missed that shot, but I was actually trying to track him in hopes. I saw the IS-3 coming up, but... Hello, Kappa. Why am I dressed like Ryan? It's my it's hippie tanker in the chatbot shop. Randall purchased it tonight. Almost got me to wear it's a real helmet. Unfortunately, it's not a tanker helmet, but a little bit too heavy and hot with this hair, where it would be a true hippie tanker thing here. You keep over angling, which I'm not complaining too much. Okay, that's actually a little bit more, a little tougher for me to pen there. Whoop, 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 stop moving for me. There we go. Yeah, the Primo, he keeps getting shots on me, which I really dislike. Crap, he's gonna get one more on me, but my only spot to hide right now is over here. I shouldn't have gotten shot as much as I did. I should have kept going to this corner, but I kind of dug my hole when I stopped where I did the aim. A little bit upset at myself for that, especially because I'm missing shots in the 268 right now. I'm not loaded, and the T95's coming around to end me. Oh, I bounced. That's no bueno. Come on, come on, come on. This is 0 crit. T95. Oh, God. Please forget about me. Nope, no fire. I think I angered him. Thank you, Cruel15, for going him. Even though I lost most of my HP at the very least, we should be okay here, because the Primo can't push into me unless he like YOLOs. But we got a pretty good leg up on him here. I'm tempted to pop out because I could deflect him if he's just shooting standard still off my turret. But the IS-3 can kill him. Awesome. Let's see if I can not get RD'd here. I'm trying to turn. I don't want to actually block you. Go for STG. But awesome. Pretty good match. 2400 damage. 1 kill. Didn't really do much else, but I thought going to this side was the better of the two choices, so it worked out in the end. I don't have a shot here. You thought Ryan was playing? It's past her bedtime. When since it's a school day. Attach some hair to the tank helmet. I'd have to finagle that a little bit, but the helmet one of them is this here, but it's a little too hot to put the wig under. But I don't know if you're able to see it, which I got a mastery badge first class tier. Not too bad. That's the 3rd one of the night. Top 3 damage, most amount of experience since I was damaging some higher tier tanks there. Thanks for whoever requested that. That was yeah, it wasn't the most interesting battle, but at least it was a pretty fun one. This one, it's a military surplus Czechoslovakian helmet. I was gonna try to pull up. Let's see. But yeah, this one, I was just looking for something as far as props, but I have one. I need to honestly fix it up a little bit. It's behind me here. That one's a British one. It's an actual tanker helmet Fortunately, it's not metal. That one's going to be the one that I'll probably wear during the stream. I just need to, there's a couple, it came with like the comms and everything in it, to where I took it out because obviously it doesn't work anymore. I tried plugging it into something, it didn't work. But the comms, as far as the headphones that were inside, there's a couple metal bits connecting them, and I got to take them out or else my head doesn't fit on it very well. So I need to clip them out. But I need to go buy something to clip them out because it's pretty tough metal in there. I wouldn't expect anything else though. Great, let me add some stuff to the next raffle here. But that one, it's a British tanker helmet. It was really, really used. They warned me buying it. It was only like, it was like 25, 30 bucks or something. It's from the Falklands War, I believe it was. Where it came, I was reading the reviews about it before, because they're not always available. I guess, I forget the company's name, but they just sell, I guess, surplus stuff from the UK whenever they get their hands on it. Where it says like it will come used and most likely like moldy. It was pretty moldy, but I cleaned it up, fortunately. It took me like 30 minutes or so to where I just need to get it to where I can actually wear it now. I guess people who worked in or drove tanks and stuff had smaller heads than I do. There ain't no way I'm fitting my head in it until I get the rest of the, like, the headset out of the inside. I was saving a little bit of experience on the IS, and then I stupidly, granted, I converted some free XP given that there's a sale right now on NA, and I stupidly converted it. It was only like 10,000 or so, but I was a little bit angry at myself for doing it, because I'm probably just going to end up spending it, because I plan on getting at least one of the new Russian tanks when they first come out. We're gonna be able to push up here, but I don't want to push myself too far, just myself, so I'm just gonna shoot out his cover here and ruin his day. Got plenty of shells, but I probably could have pushed up, honestly, but I saw KV2 T25 AT to where I didn't want to be the sole person up here for obvious reasons, given that I'm not top tier. I'm actually really surprised this T25's over this way. Why am I not able to hover? That little stupid house there. Like, why am I not able to kind of, I guess, hover on him? VK, you're missing a tank here, buddy. I'm trying not to also shoot you in the process. Did miss a shot, but for whatever reason, the enemy team pushed the other side of the map. I don't think they know that it's encounter mode, and usually that side does not really come into play that much. See ya, Cut. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Huh. That's pretty interesting, Floyd. That's a good story there about a surplus rifle. I say, honestly, I'd probably get in trouble if I bought more surplus stuff. Ryan doesn't mind some stuff, but she doesn't want, you know, like a ton of you know, different like tanking stuff all over the place. I figured keeping it to two helmets is good enough for now. I'm just gonna buy a tank. Right, we're up by a bit, so I'm just gonna push. I should get some new glasses here. They're starting to weigh a little bit on me, My goal here is I hope I can just spot some people. I'm going to get more assist damage than I will actually be able to dish out damage, but it's looking like I should have just went shooting here instead of trying to push and spot. Hoping for a little bit of luck from RNG. Go. Tiger P. I don't know if I spotted him or not. I don't think I did. Shoot the M44 here. What the hell? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna completely miss him. Probably just auto aim him. Not moving. Take my bad aiming out of the picture. Pretty good match though. 1200 damage, a little under 1000 assists. Knowing where I live, they probably would not allow me to park a tank on the street. Only because all the streets, you know, none of them are privately owned here. They might have some offense to that. Got Mastery Badge second class though. What is it? Top 5 as far as damage goes. A little bit higher up, you know, when it comes to experience. Overall, not a bad match there. I made some mistakes, but grand scheme of things, pretty well. Let me pop back into this just to try to get a double. Then I'll get into the T150. Surprised Levi's as passed out as he has been today. It's been really crappy outside here, so he didn't really get to play as much as he typically does. Okie dokie. Of course, city map. I guess I'm gonna head out on this side, but I'm not liking either one of my options. I have a feeling that side is... I don't know. I have a bad feeling that they're going to lose, but looking at the enemy team, they should have a fair bit of tanks over here. Whether they're going to be in the 7 line or like the 8-9-0 line, who knows, but we might run into a lot more than we would like to over here. But I think I said it last stream, so far this has been my least favorite tank of this grind so far. Yes, the M44, it can be a little bit annoying to play against them. I feel like, you know, when it comes to already in the mid tiers, I don't necessarily always like playing them, but they can be very annoying to play against, given that they have a little bit higher rate of fire than high tier ones, and some of them, you know, when it comes to, let's say, like the Bishop FE 304 and stuff, can actually shoot over cover fairly well, too. Kind of hoping I find some poor soul to drive right in front of me, but as of this moment, it looks like AMX 1375 is not going to get lucky. I was kind of hoping they might push this way, too. I tried. It's just I can't justify pushing out there myself in this thing. To where we're definitely outnumbered on this side. Even in the spot I'm at here, I'm not going to get much done. There's a Scorpion G that's probably going to pop out on my left and hit me and kill me. but just in this tank, I don't know what to do on maps like this, to where I could have went the easy route and went the 2 to 3 line. That probably would have helped, because like right now they're oh-ho. He can't aim at all of them, so I could potentially sneak in and get a big hit on him. Here's their move. I should have kept aiming that way. He's actually gonna... Yep, he's gonna get through, because I was a little bit off on my aim, but unfortunately, yeah, this is probably gonna be 0 damage here, this battle. T-71DA is behind me, and I can't turn around. I got 40 damage from the ram, but yeah, this tank is, it honestly is, it's my least favorite right now, grinding it. But T150. But it's the first tank in a while to where I was most concerned with the TVP or VTU that I'm grinding. Honestly, that's the first tank, the starter meal there, that I've considered free XPing in quite some time. Just completely skipping it. Because the TVP, like, I played it when it first came out on the test server. You know, it's not a great tank, and you know, having played against them, I definitely don't run into too many problems killing them. But surprisingly, I haven't had too many problems playing that tank. It's not great, but it's definitely better than the Emil there. Given that if you get on a city map like that, or you're not just camping in the back taking pot shots at people, you're pretty much helpless. Alright, so T150, I'm gonna head to the city somewhere. Don't know if I want to head further south or stay in the center. Kinda depends on where my top tiers are going. Because whether it's a Super Persian or the M449, either one of them could play pretty well far in the south, but right now our M449 is not even playing, so... Well, matchmaking, you know, every day you're never going to get exactly what you want, but I wasn't really looking forward to the Grow 15 line, mainly because a lot of the tanks, when you get a map that is kind of city or something like that, you know, they're still workable, but it's definitely not ideal, to where playing that line, you have a lot of tanks that are heavily dependent on, you know, your team if you get one of those maps. But you know, I still should have played that differently. I should have went to the easier flank when it comes to, I'd be more comfortable playing on the 2-3 line, even though it's not the best flank for that tank, but I'd feel a little bit more comfortable. Instead though, I went to where most of the enemy team was going to be and just got myself stuck stupidly. I just missed that shot too. Lucky guy. I was looking to aim right. I was gonna see if the T-34 was gonna pop out. I gotta be careful here because I'm not already safe now. But he actually did not fire there. But a little lucky there. But that's why generally, like, if you're looking for tank lines and say like not easy tanks to go down, typically heavy tanks are the best to pick, you know, followed by mediums, specifically like Russian mediums. To where it helps a little bit with the highs and lows. Alright, we should be good to push across here. I'll do my best not to fall off the bridge. I have been known to do that. But two of them should be fine there, to where I'm gonna help this KV3 just in case, say somebody pops up on his left or something. Doesn't look like it's really gonna come into play though. Luckily though, we're up by 5, soon to be 4, because this LTG pushed in a little bit too soon. The enemy though definitely played it a little bit. I don't think he's I don't think he's aiming my way. Well, I was a little bit off. It kind of looked like he was aiming like left, but he was aiming right there, pointing back towards the base. I misjudged that. Alright, he's gonna face directly at me since I'm the last one to shoot at him. Just waiting for him, honestly, to find someone else to bug. I don't know why I just shot an AP round at him. I'm not gonna pen him. There's an already hit. Crap. At least give me a critical hit there. I need him to take out that. I can't actually hit him. I have HE loaded here. Only because, you know, I can't pen the T-28 frontally. I potentially can help here if he turns him. There we go. I knew my AMX was behind him. Might as well just fix that. We're still up by 4. I might die pushing across here, but at this point, just push people. The Hellcat is the highest chance to actually kill me here, but thanks for the follow, Warpig, over on Twitch. Fortunately, though, the SPG kind of laid off on me for a minute there. He missed me when I first met the T-28 and then just hit me at the end there, Lorraine, but he could have hit me in between 2 times, but he never took the shot. Come on, aim time, you can do it, T-150. Like forever. Thanks for watching, Zori. Good luck in your classes tomorrow. Have a good one. It was fun chatting with you. Props on getting the helmet right again too. Oh crap, how did I miss him? How did I miss that guy sitting back there? I knew he was back there somewhere, but how did I miss that he was going to be there? Because the likelihood of him sitting... Granted, I did just push in by myself too fast, but I don't know why we have so many people sitting back there. We were up by, you know... Anyway, 1400 damage isn't that bad for being bottom tier, but... I'm glad you like the stream. Thanks again. Which let me start in another giveaway here. 1200 biscuits for the winner here. Got did they actually win that last match? Nope. Got an E50M up next here. Sorry I couldn't get to your request a little sooner if you're still around here, since I know that you're the one that requested this. I would say anyone that is looking, you know, for the next patch, as far as the new tanks, which one will probably be the best to get if you currently don't have those lines. I'm, you know, leaning a little bit towards, you know, the new Russian heavies. The ISMs definitely you know, the dud of that line. It's a very hard stock grind. Elite, it's okay, but it will struggle against 9s and 10s. But the changes to the Object 263 line, while the tier 10 I do think will be a pretty fun tank to play. Don't know how effective sometimes if people are able to get around the armor. I don't think they did a very good job at changing around the tanks leading up to the Object 268 V4. Object 430U though, that looks good. They helped the tier 9 out a little bit, so that's now going to be a pretty well balanced tank. And then, you know, it's not really too much of a change to the Object 257. Still be interesting though to see the tanks coming after the T10 and I forget the other, what is it, the Object 432 or something. What'll come after those? I should have stayed where I was at. Yeah, I screwed up my spot. Okay. Not hit where I wanted it to hit, but hit him on the mantlet. Just trying to hit his turret front. You can pen it pretty much every time on the E50 and E50M. But I probably should have just shot over here. Really wanting to poke out there, Lorraine? Not to help the enemy, but he should not try to keep poking out there with his HP at that level. I'm definitely flirting with Artie if they decide to hit me, but so far it looks like they are aiming at the other side. I'm really surprised though that, there we go. You know, I haven't damaged him yet like that, but he's stunned, so I should be able to shoot him again without worry. But yeah, we got this side now. There's still an IS-7 that's somewhat close by, but we should be able to blow through this side here. Well, yeah, the Object 4 or the Object 268 V4, you know, it's got a crap ton of frontal armor. It's fast, has no accuracy whatsoever. But it's a little bit better than it feels like. It's just overall the accuracy won't work at long range, but it is meant for playing, you know, kind of brawly up with, say, like faster heavies and stuff, where it's not like a traditional TD. It remains to see how effective it's actually going to be, but it will be a fun tank to play. It's just, I guess it depends on how many people are chucking heat at you, whether or not it performs well. Alright, there's that Lorraine back there still. Kind of wanted the IS-7 to, like, jump off the side to where I could ram him, but that didn't work. I definitely got myself a little too far out here. I got no backup whatsoever here, and I gotta hit him beneath his spaced armor. He's definitely gonna get a shot on here. I was just looking to, yeah, not get hit by Artie now, because I'm actually gonna die. Yeah. No. I think my best chance. No. I killed him. Just, I'm definitely stuck in a very bad spot right now. I need to be able to get up over him. Oh, this is not good. At least we're up by 8 tanks, but yeah, I'm actually not able to get back up this slope over here. I was trying to, like, fling myself over. What the hell, we're up by so many tanks. I might be able to, I'm probably just gonna end up drowning here. Unless I can get out. One, nope, got out, woohoo! Somehow I survived. Thank you very much, Krigsby, for the tip. You might be happy that basically I mentioned it I think last stream too. Within the next month or so, I'll be streaming a little bit earlier. I won't be able to go till like 11. I'll probably be ending my streams at 9, like I did when I was working again. Which, congrats, Nice Cup, on winning the raffle. But I'm still figuring out when exactly my stream is scheduled to be. But it's still, you know, it's about a month away, so no hurry. Hello, Style, nice to see you. But I'm really glad I didn't drown myself there. Top damage in the match. I'm glad my little get the IS-7 to fall into the water worked. Because I knew I could shoot him, you know, if I stayed above water. But that was a pretty good match there. 1,800 assists too. But what did I? Yeah, third class. I was gonna say I didn't think I got a first class. But what was here? It says E Type 5. I think I might. Did I delete something? Or maybe it was, yeah, the E50M. I didn't delete the whole thing, I think. If I am mistaken, let me know if I messed up someone's request, but I'm gonna hop into the Type 5 here. And then I'm gonna get into a another tank I need to double. I think I still got something to double before we get into the Super Conqueror. The Type 5, I use the troll gun, so you know, the derp gun. The Type 4, I like the standard gun on it, but yeah, the Type 5 basically the HE gun. If you're not going to use the premium HE because they're just flat out better than the standard, I would say the standard HE rounds, if you're only going to use that, you might be better off using the standard gun on the Type 5. But the reason, you know, combined, you know, the difference between you do 1100 standard, 1400 premium, it's not the best gun in every scenario, because say you're against a team to where you're against a lot of other super heavies and stuff, and you really need to like carry your team damage wise and killing stuff. This is not the best gun for that, because you can get some really funky low rolls or miss some shots, or the enemy knows you're using the HE gun, so they just push in to swarm you. But it is the better gun on Type 5. Oh, my team is not pushing, so I guess I'm just gonna... I'm not going out here all alone. I guess I'm just gonna go back here, but at this point, I would push that line with them. It's just, I'm not even too... I hate this, how I don't mind lemming trains a lot of times, but my team specifically doing this to where I should push out here and tank damage for my team. I want to do stuff early on in the match here, but I can't, because if I push too far, I'm just going to stupidly die, because they're going to be able to just overwhelm me number-wise, given that they should have, I'd say, minimum 4 tanks in front of me eventually. Maximum, you know, 6 or 7. I can actually get a shot on him, but it's just one of those things where I'm going to try to set up just right at this little outcrop, but... Hello, Chino? It's just, it's a little bit annoying because, you know, I like to play tanks like this, just tons of people shooting at me, blocking damage for my team and helping push forward to where, you know, I'm kind of just camping here. Or you want to do that? Not a lot of damage, but those first 2 shots I would have been better off with the standard gun. But, you know, they're not doing a terrible job at pushing. There is a JPZ 100 somewhere. He might be out over here, but seeing that their PZ7's over on that side, their Type 4 is probably over here. I would be stupid to not try to push her, because if we're... that didn't even splash them. If for whatever reason they get held up, which it doesn't look like it, we're up by 6. I'm better off just pushing full out here. But I played it safe because, say if they're PZ7, JPZ 100, Type 4, along with the 2 tanks over here all rolled around the corner, I don't care what tank you're in, you're gonna die. But that's the benefit of this tank. I still can do damage to him like that without actually having to hit his lower plate. It definitely helped though that the enemy team didn't push this flank, and our team just wiped the floor on that flank, so bravo to them. I didn't actually have to do anything, honestly, this match, but it would have been nice to get shot up a bit in this tank. Take that. Well, the best... we open up, as far as the restaurant... oh, what is it? I think it's like the second week of March, I think. But like currently, I'm not at the restaurant a lot, just like 1 or 2 days a week. Like we have meetings and we have to plan stuff, working on menus, figuring out different stuff for the year. So I'm, you know, currently doing more than I was, say, like a few weeks ago. But, you know, come March, that's when you know, I'm back working pretty early on in the mornings, and this, you know, that time of year, we're not open like every day, but we have a lot of parties and like special events. But somehow I ended up with 3,100 damage. Didn't feel like I did anything, and 3 kills. But our team, yeah, when they won that flank over there, it's pretty much game over. Which is why I usually head to that side. But style, the best way to improve in World of Tanks, you know, just looking past, say, you know, new players, it's definitely important once you get 100% crews. That's the biggest barrier of entry in this game, to where as far as by 100% crews, I mean over here where you see these values where it's 105, 116 and stuff. But the biggest barrier of entry is when new people come into the game and they start out with 50% crews, you know, 75, because they're not going to want to spend gold. It's just one of those things that once you start getting those crews, it helps. But looking past that, it's learning maps and basically where you should be on the map at any given time. And especially in the beginning, so you don't die early, or you can cause a little bit of damage early. But, you know, it definitely helps knowing your own tank. I would say the most important stat to know, like some people might say, like, firepower, armor, stuff like that, is gun depression, because, you know, you can go to what seems like a very important spot on a map and honestly just completely not be able to fight over there if you don't have gun depression. Or if you're in a tank with very little gun depression, or I mean too much gun depression, and you're going to spots to where you know, your tank doesn't need gun depression, you might be at a disadvantage because, you know, you could be better used somewhere else on the map. So I'm going to hop into this guy before going into the Super Conqueror. As far as, yes, most of you guys know, like Ryan and I, we got engaged 2 months ago or something, somewhere around there. We haven't set a date yet, but it's sometime, you know, late this year. But that's why, Yeah, I haven't gotten as much done as I'd like to, say on my websites or like videos and stuff outside of streaming, since we are planning a wedding, opening, me opening the restaurant very shortly here, and her brother just bought a house. That's what I was doing for most of yesterday. He bought a house close to us, helping him kind of get that set up and settled. You got a bunch of different little things happening, but I'm trying my best. Hello, Alpha Dog. Nice to see you. Which, if anyone does want to request any other tanks, like I'm still going to be doing a couple more matches in grind tanks, but I probably have time for maybe like 2 or 3 maybe more grinds. No streaming as far as weddings or honeymoons, no. Honestly, when we go away, like say after a wedding, it's probably going to be not right away. It's going to be probably a couple months afterwards. So she being a teacher, it's kind of hard for her to justify taking off. Like, she's probably going to take off, say, an extra day or 2 around the wedding, but we're gonna plan stuff for when she's, say, off from school and I'm off from the restaurant. Alpha Dog, as far as, me, I only platoon on Thursday and Fridays for the stream. As far as other people in the clan, you can ask there. Like, I don't particularly platoon outside of those 2 days. Usually I'm not on otherwise, but ask in clan chat or message some people. I got really lucky, but I'm feeling lucky this match for some reason. But yeah, I did say, as far as clan stuff, we don't exactly do a ton of stuff outside of, you can message people to platoon and stuff, but when it comes to like my involvement, even though I'm like, clan commander and stuff, I don't facilitate a lot of stuff. I don't want to sound like too down on, but I'm juggling a lot of stuff currently. It's all good, Alpha. But yeah, as far as, the only times I can really platoon, unless I somehow get like an extra day to play tanks, is during my Thursday and Friday streams. Just every, I'm sure all you guys know, it seems like every year, I get a little bit busier each year to where I'm still going to be streaming, while the restaurant's open. It just might be like 3 days a week, something like that. I'm going to figure out whether I can still platoon during those times or not. I might just do like 1 day I'll platoon, something like that. It's just hard to, juggle everything. I found last year it's hard for me to platoon when I work the previous, if I work that day and I platoon that night. For whatever reason, I just cannot focus. I don't know what it is about me, but yeah, it's just a little bit too much going on compared to, say, like even just like a year ago for Ryan and I. It's to be expected though. Let's see, how much trouble can I get myself in putting myself here? Obviously a little bit too much, because I just got artied, and now I'm one-shottable. I did not want to get hit by arty, but yeah, that happened. Most of their tanks are camping back in their base. I really hope this T-54 dies. He should. I just don't want to get spotted. The left and right gun movement on this tank is annoying, combined with everything else about it. The gun hits hard though, but that's pretty much it for this tank. I'm not pushing. I don't know who's gonna push, but I'm not doing it. Thank you for the subscription, JR. I keep thinking I can hit that guy, but I can't. I spotted him somehow, though. I'm very surprised. Right, I'm really glad Artie missed me. Anybody have HP? Like Ferdinand does. T-34-100 does. But it comes at a wedding, Ryan. She's, you know, I'm letting her pick a lot of stuff because I don't have too many, you know, needs and stuff for a wedding. I think it's gonna be a fun day and all. Just I'm gonna get hit. I knew I was gonna get hit once here. Now I'm dead. Woo. Nope. I somehow made it out so far. Took my chance trying to pen him. Didn't know he was exactly gonna be there, but it would be very nice if our team could push. Because if we lose, we're up by 3. But like we have so many low HP tanks that honestly, I don't know why we just already maybe push down here or something. It's just, if we lose, it's all on us. It's just, I'm trying to figure out where I could go to get damage off here. I'm hoping they kill this guy. He shouldn't be able to spot me if I back far enough up. He's dead now. It's just this Emil too, if he reloads and gets a little bit of confidence, he's just gonna have a field day on us. I'm just gonna auto aim here. Didn't pay off, but nah, he's behind the building too. It's just, honestly, I'm not liking our chances here. Unfortunately, I'm in this tank and I can't even like use mobility to like spot for my team or something, but it's a shame. Right now we do need our Artie to pull this out for us, but it's not looking so great. We can't even spot the 416. That's got better camouflage than you would expect for that type of tank. Hip hip hooray, I actually hit something. Well, as far as, you know, our wedding and stuff, we're looking to not have to worry anything about food, cooking, hosting anything. That way my family can have some time off. Awesome. He might have actually spotted me though. It just stinks. We're down to a Ferdinand and we're down to me when it comes to the standard tank. I'm gonna try to get over to the Ferdinand. I don't want to be there, but at the same time, they can definitely just push on this Ferdinand and flank him. That's what I would do. He's a priority, but we haven't hit him before now. Like, I'm gonna stay here, but they could still just come right behind me. They could also come up here. It just stinks because we blew whatever numbers we had. And if they start complaining to me, like, I don't know what I could do differently here. Like, I can't push out on their base because I have no armor. Not really good camouflage. View range isn't good. Speed isn't good. Just, unless we like get lucky and can Artie this guy down, or say I get lucky and like the 416 tries to flank here, the likelihood of them pushing behind me, it's like 50-50 whether or not they're kind of gonna come behind me or not. I'd be more inclined for them to push through here, but I don't know why he keeps the Strev S1s hitting him from the field. But I'm just afraid they're gonna... I can cover 2 routes here, to where if they push behind me, I'm screwed regardless. But it still would have been nice if, when we had the lead, we didn't just sit there and let them pick us off one by one. I guess I could have moved, say, to the 0 line or something, but... and try to push out when that T-34-100 did, but... it's still tough. You know, when you're in a tank like this, you have a lot of downsides where... yeah, unfortunately the GW pushed a little bit too far there. You have a lot of downsides to where the upsides don't always outweigh them. Yeah, now he's leaving his backside completely open. Okay, it's just there's the meal too. Just the likelihood of them now flanking the Ferdinand just got a lot higher. It's just I hope he is positioned far enough up, because the Meal 2 doesn't have great pen. The Ferdinand should... whoa, whoa, what are you doing? Don't do it! No! The Strev S1 can hit him if he's still back near the base. Nah, Object 416's up there. Well, touche to them. They just killed any chance we had at winning here. Oh, that was a waste of time sitting and waiting. I don't know where you're going now. I kind of have to stick with him, but at the same time, I don't know why he's pushing this way. I don't want to yell at him either, because, you know, at this point... they might just honestly go to our cat, but... is he trying to find a Strev S1? I just don't get what he's doing. I'm gonna die regardless, to where I guess he's... yeah, he got shot. Yeah. Yeah, I can't hit the Strev S1. Is like, yeah, he's gonna get me. There's my shot, because if he touches me, I'm dead. Nope, there's Object 416. He got me. Yep, couldn't turn fast enough. Oh well, I tried. But that was just painful, because later on in matches, like, I don't mind taking risks and doing stuff, but in that tank, it's just you're gimped so much from so many different things as far as pushing out or spotting and tanking damage. Yeah. But I tried my best, and unfortunately, it just didn't pan out for us. So I have Super Conqueror up next here. I would say do not be surprised if by the next time I stream here that I will be past that specific tank, because it's definitely, I'm only a few battles into it, but it's probably my least favorite type of tank to play. Combining slow with no armor and a lot of limitations on gun depression, left and right gun movement. But yeah, it happens. Alright, so I'm stacked up against a mouse, and then they actually have the better of the chance to win. Yeah, they have better of a chance to win the hill there. This is gonna be tough. I'm gonna head this side, but I don't like it only because I have a feeling that we're gonna put a lot of people onto the hill, and it's just not gonna pan out. I could be wrong though. I hope I'm wrong. Yep, I just got spotted early on there. Oh crap, I shot too low. That was all my fault. Sheridan should have to pull back though, so I'll get another chance, and there is another tank behind him. Never mind, their 430 went over here. We should have a even match, I would say, on the hill. Although, actually, it might go to them still. He's shooting heat, so I actually have... he could actually pen me with AP. A lot better than heat. I'm gonna keep an eye, because most likely the mouse is gonna be in the one line. I don't want to fight a mouse head on. Unless I have to. They already might be able to hit me here, but I should be fine. Kind of annoying whatever tanks they have here. I'm actually gonna fix that. Here comes the E75 and the mouse. Crap. It's not good. But we don't want to press in here, because if I push to help these guys, there's only a T-30 set up to prevent this 430 and the Sheridan from flanking us. These guys, you know, that are across the way might get mad at me for not helping them. Crap, I undershot him again. Where it helps, this T-49 came over. They might get mad that I am not pushing over to help them, but as long as they backpedal, we'll be okay. But getting flanked when, say, a mouse and the E75 are both pushing us would be a death blow. I don't know if this Udez is still there. Not a good decision, Object 430, for you. Saw I shot. He keeps taking risks, so I didn't mind wasting a shot here just to see if he pops out again. But we're up by 1. I might get hit by an Udez here, but I think I should be fairly safe to advance. I got damaged by an ELC. It's like eternal shame. Alright. I really hope we can kill this 430, because the mouse is finally deciding to push. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him in time now. No. There we go. Awesome. That's what I needed. The VK's still alive. We've already... The T-34 would have been nice to stick with me, though. should, they both just fired. I should, oh, never mind, the E75 did not. Crap, crap, crap. I thought oh, that's actually really crappy for me right now. Yeah. Awesome. I screwed up my shot in the E75, but it didn't matter as much as it should have. But this mouse is now alone. I need to track him. Oh lord, he got an ammo rack on me. That's not good. Because my T-34 doesn't have much DPM to him. Yeah, I just screwed that up. Trying to save you, T-34. I'm actually going to fail here. I know. Really... really optimistic here. It's just my T-34 is going to die. And the mouse is going to try to close the gap on me. There we go. Maybe I won't. I was not optimistic there because I'd make the mistake a lot. I shot at the mouse's side turret. It's not a good place to shoot at. You need to shoot it in the top side of the hole. And when I bounced that, I knew my T-34 was going to die. But with my ammo rack out, I knew DPM-wise, you know, it went from me having the advantage to that kind of being, you know, a moot point. But fortunately, even if I had died there, it wouldn't have mattered. But Mastery Badge 2nd class, Steel Wall, High Caliber Award, Confederate Award too. It goes to show you how completely broken the Super Conqueror is sometimes, because that was only a 2nd class with 5,000 damage. Base experience was a little bit low, but you know, it should have been, you know, like a 1st class in other tier 10 heavies. And then a good amount of block and assist. I was playing almost perfectly up until the last, where I started taking more risks, and that's when I started to play a little sloppy. But luckily it didn't matter that much. So T-3485 here, RU-251. That might be it for the stream. I'll definitely say I'm not going to take any more requests though. Why would you say I should play lights for the rest of the night, Hunter? That's probably my least favorite. Unless, like, I don't mind playing SPGs, but I don't like playing a ton of them in a row. But lights are probably my least favorite type of line to play in the grand scheme of things. Hello, Nation, and Vidix, nice to see you. Yeah, finally got one of those missions done. I haven't really paid attention to the Object 260 missions too closely. But slowly getting some of them done here. Unfortunately, I'm bottom tier again on Paris. But I just hope my team sets up. Well, we did win the last match, though, on Paris when I was bottom tier. I just wasn't able to do too much to help. Lights basically, they are hard to play. It more comes down to there's more maps that do not favor lights when it comes to spotting, moving around in wide open spaces, stuff like that. They are putting new maps in the game. They're a bit of a ways off. I wouldn't say we won't see them soon, but I'd say the earliest is going to be summer that we'll see like a brand spanking new map. The newer maps they're putting in, a lot of them are a little bit more open and more conducive to lights and stuff. But there's no ETA on when they're actually going to come out. He hasn't spotted anything over here yet. Usually there is someone there. I am extremely surprised that there's nobody in the center and nobody over there. Not even like a TD sitting there like waiting to... That's strange that Artie would just randomly shoot a shot there. Oh well. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I'll spot it, but... Okie dokie. We're all in one little spot. That's not good. I would say going to the center would be a mistake for me. But also doing that's a pretty big mistake. Just right now, tough to say where I should be. I kind of got myself stuck a little bit to where I can't fight a T-28 and FCM 50T head on. Artie's able to hit me when I get spotted here, but I just hope I can. No, I hope I can pen him. But I'm definitely gonna get a Artie shell thrown my way here sooner than later. Surprised. I don't know how did he not spot that E2? There's no way that E2 got back around the corner, but our team, we took good ground early on, especially like in the middle part of the map, but we're not executing it right. I don't know why I went there. Yeah, because now I'm screwed. Artie, I would say at least all three Artie. Not even just two, all three were gonna be shooting at me. But I just played that stupidly. But that's where, even though I do like Paris, at least the 2 times I've seen it tonight, bottom tier and a tank with no armor and no real advantage to leverage, you're definitely at the mercy of where your team sets up. And I really didn't want to pile into where they all went because I wasn't going to be able to poke or do anything. But let me start raffle here. Honestly, you know, by the next stream, you guys, I'll be Tuesday morning for my next stream. I'll most likely be on to the Borsig. I'm most likely going to free XP and get a new tank. It just comes down to how much credits I'll have to be able to get that. And I'm looking forward to, I need to start playing some more tanks and grinding that have a little bit of armor behind them. It's not that I dislike tanks with no armor, but all the tanks I've been grinding for the past, it feels like a year, but it's been like the past four plus months have had like no armor behind them. And it's kind of the first time I've ever went through a phase like this. Like the last thing I think I ground out that had armor was WZ-111-14, and even that didn't have, you know, much going for it. I guess maybe the E50 you could say, but even that, you know, I need some heavy tanks. Three in the south is enough. Depends on how many people they put down there. Because right now we actually have 5 going south, and that's usually too many. I usually, you know, when it comes to the south, it depends on how many people the enemy team sends. But specifically from this side, if you win the south and you have too many people there, and you don't have near their base cleared, or you have the 6 and 7 line cleared where I'm at, you can't push out of it even if you win it, because you're just going to get pummeled from all different types of directions. You're going to get flanked. It's just one of those things that a lot of people don't. I stupidly pushed here. I didn't think the M46 was going to push out. People don't often think that far ahead. And I probably should be shooting at the Chrysler. I could finish him off if Object 430 can't. No, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to do that. Oh lord, they're actually pushing here. Skoda is the one that we have to worry about. If we stop him, The others might follow. But the problem here is, even though we have the Shrev 103 to T54 Mod 1, it doesn't stop them from pushing in here. They can basically wipe us completely out before those guys can actually help. I really hope that Artie spares me, but we need help from the people slightly further into the field. They're just not taking shots there. But I'm just gonna run away. This is the safest spot for me to be. But I'm kind of hoping that they don't push and they kind of stay there or fall back. Because I have people coming up beneath me. Come on, kill him before Artie. Before Artie gets me. Alright. I'm full circle. Hopefully I can flank this guy and kill him. There's our rock. Remember me? Whoa, someone please kill that guy. But we're up by 4, so pretty good here. Congrats, Flame, on winning the raffle. I'll probably play one more battle after this. I'll probably pick I'll just pick like a tier 10 I haven't played. I'm gonna get a no. I say I shouldn't get a shot on him. Pretty good match here though. 9.22 Taffy is coming out next week, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Oopsie daisy. Whoa, dude, you need to calm down. You're pinging too much. I'm probably gonna die because I'm just... Honestly, I'm just pushing in here haphazardly, but... It worked. I don't know why I'm still driving this way, but I am. No, not in the face. No. Pretty good match though, you know, 2,900 damage, 2,100 assists, a little bit more than I had before I got that little bit there. Oh crap, Type 59, I thought he ran further south. I'm actually gonna load up heat just because I'm gonna hit his turret a lot. Get a little bit more damage here, hopefully. I feel, for every reason, I feel a little dirty getting cheap damage like that, but hey, I deserved it there. Well, with the Russian mediums, once you get to the T44, it starts, especially it's getting buffed next patch. If I'm not mistaken, it's an easy medium line to grind once you get there. Leading up to that though, the tanks, you know, they play a little bit differently than the higher tier ones. Got a Mastery Badge First Class though. Confederate Award. Top damage. I actually had a good match in the RU-251. Huh. I usually do not do too good in this, especially on a map like Fjords. Thanks for whoever requested that. I feel like it was... I'm drawing a blank right now. Hunter. There we go. So I am going to play one more match here, even though it is basically 11. And just, you know, I'm going to add on, we've been adding about 300 Levi biscuits for the first classes so far tonight. So I'm going to start another raffle here since I'm doing one more battle. So I added 300 on for the sponsor Levi biscuit emoji. Let me... What haven't I really played in a while? I've played... I'll play a T110E4. Don't know why this stood out to me, but I'll play it. I'm glad you like the stream, Biddix. I almost fell in the water a little too far, Tig. Hello, Jabbo. Yeah, I know sometimes, you know, it's hard. Even sometimes it's hard for me to make it to some of these streams. I still do it, though. Like, I don't like, you know, having to cancel streams. But I have been slacking a little bit on releasing kind of the highlights of the streams for those that can't make it. If I have time tomorrow, because I planned on doing a weak spot guide to where I do it to record a video. So I'll actually be on my other computer. That's the part of the problem I have, is I make thumbnails for all my videos, but I don't have Photoshop on here. I have Sony Vegas for editing videos on this, but Photoshop's on that computer. And I don't feel like... right now I have a Photoshop CS 5.5, so that's, if I'm not mistaken, the last one before they switched to a subscription base where you have to pay monthly, which I do not want to do because it's way too expensive for me. To where, yeah, I'm stuck with, it's not the worst thing because it's right over there, but I basically swap between both computers and transfer things over like Google Drive to get them to different computers. But that's all I gotta do too. I have like, I think like 12 or so really good ace matches and stuff from previous streams that if you haven't caught them live, they're not released yet. I just need to finish making the thumbnails for them. I should really get on that. I've been lazy. No excuse other than that. Uh-oh, I didn't want to get... Yep. When it comes to, it's really Levi who picks the raffle winners. He picks whoever gives him the most treats. Crap, stay right there. I knew I was spotted, but I just really wanted to aim in so I didn't whiff. If I bounced there, so be it, but I didn't want to just, you know, fall right next to him and not hit him at all. That was my fault. I set myself up for that. I ricocheted off of him, and you know, it's a bat chat, no armor, boo-hoo, but that's all on me for aiming. I should have, I guess, corrected my shot a little bit to the right. Or you want to do that, Centaurian? Again, not to help the enemy, but he's playing with fire, pushing around a corner on a E100 and a T34 like that. Alright, I'm going to take a leap of faith. We're up by 4, and it's my last match, so I'll just push in here. Gotta start getting... Oh, he's actually, I believe, spotted to where I didn't want that. It's usually safer than it appears pushing like that, but if you're not in like a really super slow tank, you can get away with that. Oh lord, Chinese tier 10 TD there. That will hurt a lot. I don't think he can hit me through that little gap here. Don't know if I'm either or even aiming at that Scorpion G. Alright. So far so good though, so I'm just gonna keep pushing. What the hell? We're up by 5. Worst that happens is I die, but this is definitely my last battle though. My next stream, of course, is gonna be Tuesday morning starting at 8 AM Eastern Standard Time. And then Tuesday night I'll be playing Overwatch. A little bit fast paced compared to World of Tanks. But this stream, it should be a little bit better in my last Overwatch stream. I'm gonna get, or not, let's say annihilate it here. But I'm gonna do 720p this time at 60 FPS, so it'll be a lot smoother and easier to keep up with. Right. Yep. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but it's gonna hurt. Or not. Oh, my track soaked it up. I would say it's about, I believe, a 40 or 50% chance of me of penning him in the upper plate. Yeah, now I'm dead. Again, though, congrats Tig on winning the raffle. I definitely didn't play that as smart as I should have, but I was just driving out there for the hell of it. But yeah, Overwatch, it should be pretty fun. I really like playing Overwatch. You know, it says, you know, kind of, I don't take it too seriously, but I'll play ranked battles that way. You know, it's a little bit more competitive than playing just like quick play. But thanks again for watching, guys. Thank you very much for the tips as well. Trying to, I always forget that I have this. The if it even, hopefully it works. The Streamlabs credits here. I always forget to put them up at the end of each stream, but here it is. Hopefully it works. There we go. But you know, thanks again, guys, for the tips tonight, the new subscriptions and the follows over on Twitch and stuff too. I'm just waiting for the battle to end here. I'm kind of surprised it's still holding out. Not that we have, there's a very small chance we would actually lose this, but you know, there's only 4 minutes left, but we're most likely gonna win. I do always forget to kind of roll the little credit. The credit thing now. Which we should hear, I would guess, tomorrow. Probably there'll be a couple little tidbits of news coming out from Wargaming. Whether it's about the Italian tanks still, or a little bit more about some upcoming stuff. Usually, you know, with them ramping up to 9.22 coming out in about a week, to the World of Tanks 1.0 coming out shortly thereafter, they're going to be putting a lot of news out of upcoming stuff, since they're, you know, trying to, you know, get some hype and stuff. I know. Sometimes, you know, some of my stuff on OBS and stuff doesn't work. But thanks again, Randall, for purchasing a Hippie Tanker here. It's always fun doing something a little bit differently. But anyway, have a nice night, guys. See you around.